kind of bummed out. I had a bunch of videos recorded on how I built this, and I went to look at them on the computer today because it was about time to start editing them, and they were gone. I don't know if my kids accidentally deleted them or what. I was trying to use some recovery software to recover deleted files, but I'm not having much luck on finding any of the files. So I think the best I can do at this point is just go ahead and explain what I did. There are a couple of mistakes on this, or things that I would change if I were to do it again. One is on the outside edge, I used 2x4s, and then right across the center. And 2x4s are actually quite heavy. I think I would have gone with something lighter, maybe with the 1x4s or something like that. They seemed like they were a lot lighter. A second mistake that I made was not anticipating how heavy this would be. I was going to mount this on the wall originally, close to the ceiling here and above the baseboard, except that it is heavy. So I ended up mounting it on the floor because, you know, by the time you add the cans, it's really heavy. So that was one thing I didn't really like about it, but it's alright. One of my other mistakes was I have a nice grab for the cans right here by cutting back this MDF right here that's holding back all of the other cans. Except when I did these nicer edges on, you know, over here on the end to try to make it look nicer, I kind of forgot to take that into account. So you can't get a good grab here. Now this is a big can, so it does stick out. But if you look at a regular sized can, at least a non-soup can, it doesn't stick out, so you can't get a grab here. So one thing I'm going to have to do is cut out a, I don't know, take a circle cutting saw or something, and cut out a little finger grab right there. I'll have to do that on the 4 locations, there, down there, and down there. Now, up on the top it's okay, but just something to be aware of. As far as the sizes go, currently I have a 4 5/8 inch gap between this edge and this edge, and that's the same for each of these. If I were to do it again, I'd probably add another 1/8 of an inch, maybe make it 4 3/4. That might be pushing it. I don't know. I would just make sure that I have a little bit of room. The reason why I say that is because on the bottom, I started doing that, but somehow I got a little bit off, and this slot right here is a little tighter on the soup cans. That's not why there aren't any in there. It's just we happened to clear up the slot and ran out of cans to put in here. So I ended up having to use these soup cans, which are smaller than normal cans on this very end, which is fine in this case. That's why I decided to leave it, but that's just something to be aware of. Give yourself a little more room than you think you need. And in this case, like on these rotators, it's very important that these fit tightly, because you don't want them to twist and fall down in between. So you don't have very much play in here. But if you use a thicker piece right here, you can give yourself as much play as you would like. So give yourself a little bit more room there. What I'd used was a 1/2 inch backer board back here to take the beating of the cans. That's one other thing that made it heavier. I thought I was going to mount it to the wall, and that's why I did the 1/2 inch. But mounting it to the floor like this, you could probably get away with 1/4 inch. And if you were to use 1x4s instead of the 2x4s, in combination with 1/4 inch backer board, you can probably shave a lot of the weight off of this thing. If I would have had a way to do dados, it would have been nice to put dados in that back piece, and that would maybe help straighten out some of these boards. There's a little bit of a twist. I don't know if you can see it. This one has a little bit of a twist to it. The rest of them are fairly decent. That's another reason to give yourself just a little bit extra room if you do have a little bit of twist in the board that you can't take out. Then you can just have the extra room that you need. What I did here, these are just pieces of MDF hook strip, 1x4s, I guess is what they'd be closest to. And I just ripped those in half. And these are 1x4s here. I screwed them in from the back, just mapped it out and pre-drilled it and screwed everything in. I also used glue, wood glue on all of this, so the screws aren't the only thing holding it in. To attach the MDF, I used glue, and then I used some nails, just some little brad nails, and I ended up filling all of the holes and all the screw holes and painted it. Let me show you one thing. You can see here I anchored this into the stud and this into the stud, but when I was anchoring, well, when I put these bottom 1x4s in, I came in from the top and pre-drilled like this and took a lot of twist out of the boards. I could not do that going into these pieces, so it's hard to tell, but I came in at an angle like this into this piece with the screws on each of these, and I was able to at least put one screw on these and help take some twist out of those. The final thing to note is you have to have a kicker on the bottom. So what I did is I took a piece of this MDF, 3/4 inch MDF, and cut it at an angle. I think that's 45 degrees. And then right in front of it, I just put that baseboard, just that simple curved baseboard. And what that does is it kicks out each of your cans to the closer to this edge. This is a little 1/2 inch lip right here. And so that little kicker kicks out each of your cans so you can grab them and rotate it. So I think that's everything. A 4 5/8 inch gap here. This is, I believe also I did a 4 5/8 inch gap here. And 4 5/8 inch gap here. Again, this sticks up a 1/2 inch from the base. Same up here. And I believe that's everything. Like I said, I'd give yourself maybe a little bit more room. You can cut these wider if you need to make sure you hold the cans in, but it can be a little sloppier than I did it, meaning giving yourself a little bit more room, again, compared to a rotator like this, which has to be tight. It may be the last project that I do for a little while, and the reason is many years ago I broke my leg, and I think, I'm still trying to figure it out, I think I have a stress fracture in my femur, and so I'm trying to take it easy for a few weeks, walk around with cane or crutches or something, and not put much weight on that leg if I can help it. So if the videos slow down, you know why, and then hopefully once things start to recover, I can start hitting it again and creating some more projects. Anyway, sorry about the loss of video on the build on this, but I hope that somebody sees this and it gives them some ideas on some things that they can do. It frees up a lot of shelf space for food storage and stuff like that, so I ended up freeing up a whole lot of space. So anyway, I appreciate you watching the video, and see you next time.